If you're looking for adventure this summer, escape with Marvel Comics. Fight crime with Spider-Man, meet the Fantastic Four, and watch Captain America in action. May the Force be with you as you battle the evil empire in Star Wars. Discover the secrets of the South American jungle in Raiders of the Lost Ark. And with Marvel Comics, you're never alone because they can go with you in the car or to the park, even on a rainy day. Marvel Comics are your ticket to fun and adventure this summer.
If you want your legs short shorts bare without nicks and cuts, just take up the Nair and take off the hair.
If you dare wear short shorts, Nair for short shorts.
Nair, lotion, cream, foam, and new lemon spray. Nair for short shorts.
The majesty, the might, the mayhem of Marvel Comics leaps off the printed page for larger-than-life action on the Sci-Fi Channel. Join Marvel's own Stan Lee for 2 titanic days with the Incredible Hulk.
One of the great stories of the 20th century.
And the Amazing Spider-Man.
This one's an original.
When the Sci-Fi Channel presents the mighty Marvel Marathon, hosted by Stan Lee, beginning Sunday, July 4th at 8 a.m.
Hey, what time is it?
It's Podblast time! Late night edition!
Hey. Special late night edition of the Nostalgic Podblast. This is not going to be a long show. It is past midnight on the East Coast as we're live. And the reason I wanted to do this is friend of the show, Danny Cochran, is going to be here. I sent him on a mission to see the new Fantastic Four movie. He did not like it, but he's going to give his honest review, and we're going to look at some of the comic books in his collection. Last time, 2 nights ago, after I saw the movie and I liked it, I showed some of my key Fantastic Four comic books, and I still have some queued up I want to show tonight in my photograph section of my little software here. But Danny will be joining us, but he walked out of the movie, so he's not going to be able to give a really honest review. But it'll be interesting to see what he thought about it. And he knows a lot about Marvel Comics, so I do value his opinion, and there's no wrong opinion. And we'll see what he says when he joins us. He's getting some of his books from his collection right now. This was supposed to start at 10:30 at night, East Coast time, but then Danny says, I'm seeing the 10:30 show, so why don't we do it at 1 a.m.? And I said, okay, no problem. No one will be up on the East Coast, but maybe the replay crew will catch it. So I moved it to 1, and my buddy sends me no less than 20 texts from the movie theater with his hate for the film. And he says, if this doesn't get epic, I'm walking out. And that's pretty much what he did. I'm curious to know at what point of the movie did he walk out. We'll find out. But more importantly, he has some awesome comic books in his collection. I've known this guy since we were kids. I think I met him when I was 11 years old. And we'll see if he ever shows up. He's also stiffed me because he's not backstage right now. So let me just say hey to the chat really quickly in the normal, usual Podblast way with our little audio and video piece from Romper.
You have a good day today, friends.
Yeah.
I did.
I had a Superman day.
You had a Superman day. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Spider-Man day.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, you know what? Wait. You know what time it is? It's time for me to see the friends at home in the magic mirror. Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play? All my friends had fun today. I see David's having a special day today, and Olivia Joy had a special day on Sunday. And I see Robin had a special day yesterday, and Dana's having a special day today, and so is Reginald and Edward John and Margaret. And I see Justin and Megan and Courtney and Brick and Mark and Rachel and Sheila and Caroline are all having special days, and Cicely and Ashley and Matthew and Jose, and I see Bonnie and Anthony and Joe had special days yesterday, and so did Tammy and Brandon and Gregory, and of course, friends, you know I see you, and I'll see you again.
Hey, I want to say hi to Kay Moonen. Danny's trying to connect. It says device is not connected. You have to connect your mic and your camera and allow that capability. Kay Moonen down in Florida is stopping in to say, hey, hello to you. Hello to Esmeralda in Washington State. Always nice to see you. And hey to Danny Staten with his signature trademarked line, greetings from South Carolina. Hello to you, and hello. I appreciate everyone tuning in. And hello to the replay crew. Esmeralda says, I love comic book art. And Danny, yeah, it's late, isn't it? But it's Saturday night, right? So it's 12:31 a.m. on the East Coast. Danny, if you can hear me, keep trying. I see that you're trying to connect. I can't bring you up. It just says device is not connected. Danny's not very technically savvy, but we love him anyway. So just keep working at it. All you have to do is simply click the link that I texted you, and it should work fine. I don't know why. Unless you have to allow StreamYard permissions for your mic and your camera on your phone. Oh, there he is. I think I see him. Danny, I hear you, but I can't see you. How you doing?
I'm here. I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, all you have to do is, good. Well, you've enabled the audio. All you have to do is enable the video, and we should be good to go. But
Sure.
If you want, okay, if you want, maybe I can, you can leave and try to click the link again. I don't know. It should prompt you. Okay. He just left. All right. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to play a clip of some official reviews of the Fantastic Four movie while he's waiting, while we're waiting for him to get everything, all the kinks straightened out at his end. This was released today. Oh, wait, I think he's back.
Trying.
All right. I know. Keep trying. You'll get it. I don't know why. Is your camera? Well, it would be on.
Man. You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Loud. I hear you really good. Your audio is really clear.
Okay. So trying to figure out to get the picture.
Well, I'm going to play a 1-minute clip while you're doing that.
Yeah, cool. Do it.
All right. All right. Here comes a little clip that was released from Marvel today.
Experience the Marvel movie critics are raving about. And now it's certified fresh.
Galactus asked too high a price.
Well, what does he want?
What did he ask? He said, give us your child, and I will spare the Earth. What's the plan?
I am not giving him up.
The idea is simple. Hand over their baby, and we all live.
I will not sacrifice my child for this world. But I will not sacrifice this world for my child. We will face this together as a family.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. See the biggest movie of the summer in IMAX. Now playing. Rated PG-13.
Rated PG-13. Hey, Danny, you're here. Good. How are you, man? I know I already told everybody that you did not like this movie. In fact, you walked out of the movie. I want to ask you, before you get started, and I know you're going to show some awesome Silver Age and maybe Bronze Age Fantastic Four comics to your collection. At what point of the movie did you walk out? And it's okay if there's spoilers. Spoiler alert. What's going on in the movie when you walked out?
It was after the first time they showed Galactus, and they were zooming in on like his eyes, and at that point I was like, okay, this is really bad. But like in a linear story, the story was not compelling. I felt the acting was sort of wooden.
Okay.
Didn't really like the dialogue. The story they were telling was like really, not compelling. Meanwhile, the the CGI, the graphics and stuff was absolute crap. Like, there's better video games of like the Thing looked awful. The Silver Surfer looked really awful. Like, I didn't like what they were doing, like the sort of like, I don't know, like some sort of like retro, like early 60s pastiche.
Well, that's set in 1961 to 1965. Right. Flash
So
forward
like
4
they're
years.
showing like Reed Richards, like, computer screens and shit. And it looks like a bad Atari video game. And this might have been compelling, in 1963. But like in 2025, looking at it, like, you're the smartest man on the planet. I was like, dude, this looks stupid. This looks lame as shit. I there was nothing about this movie I liked at all. Nothing.
But you only saw about a third of it, to be fair.
Well, because it was that bad, I was like, I'm not spending any more time watching this. Dude,
was the theater packed? Was it crowded or empty?
No,
or half empty
no.
or half full?
No.
What do you mean no? What is the answer?
No, like, it wasn't packed.
It was not packed.
No, I got like a center seat.
Okay.
Like right where I wanted. Dude, the scene where the invisible girl and they're like showing the baby in her belly.
Mm-hmm.
Because
like ultrasound, if you will. Yeah, like
but why not? She's like, I'm the invisible girl. Like, I was like, dude, what is this? This is, bleh. It was kind of gross, unnecessary, stupid, and I was like, what am I watching here? What am I doing? But then they showed Galactus. I was like, all right, this is gonna be cool. Nah, I like now. The rendition of the girl Silver Surfer was so awful, terrible, bad. Like I said, it's like look at a video game from 20 years ago. So maybe that's what they were going for.
That's certainly not a popular opinion based on Rotten Tomatoes, but you have a right to your opinion, that's for sure.
Well,
what theater were you in? That AMC? Do you know what kind of theater was it? What kind of sound system? Do you know any details on that?
It was B&B theaters. I mean, it's like I've seen a lot of movies there. Dude, go pull up any screenshot of the girl Silver Surfer. It just does not look good at all.
I thought it looked great, and I like the way she sounded too. So you didn't make it to the scene, which I thought was a really great moment, where Sue Richards, when the Silver Surfer's after her baby Franklin, she goes, "Kill her!" and they fire the lasers at her. Did you see that scene?
Nah.
Oh, see, this isn't a fair review then. Okay. That was a really dramatic part. That's when it really turned the corner.
It's a fair review because up to that point, like, dude, everything about it sucked. Like, everything.
It's a different movie in the beginning. It gets more epic as it goes along when the threat of Galactus approaches. So it's too bad you didn't see that. You failed in your mission, your homework assignment, sir. You failed.
No.
You're supposed to see the movie.
But I'm not wasting my time. And like when they showed,
but you already paid your money, so thank you for that, because I like the movie. I want it to succeed.
When they showed Galactus and like they're zooming in on his eyes and stuff, and I was like, dude,
that was because the reveal was later. They showed him as the shadow when he landed on Earth.
The vocals weren't even like synced up, the lips of the CGI. It was so awful, and I was like, "Wow, this is like really bad."
Esmeralda
really,
says to you, I walk out on bad movies, concerts, and parties myself, so I can appreciate where he's coming from. To your defense there.
Like, no, I was pissed off. I spent the money to go see it. You know,
and Rad Art and Comics, who is a Silver Surfer fan, says, "Ooh, you walked out before Doom."
Apparently.
Man, I love the part though where, all right, Galactus sends the Surfer after the child, Franklin. It's too bad you didn't see that part. That's really when it gets exciting.
First off, dude, the rendition of the girl, Silver Surfer.
Ball. She's revealed to be Shala Ball, the love interest of Silver Surfer in our beloved comic.
Was completely awful. It didn't look good at all.
Well, what do you want it to look like? Like this? Let me pull up one of my Jack Kirby comic books. I do have some pictures of my comics before you get to yours. You did pull some comic books, didn't you, Danny?
I did.
Good. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, so here is the first appearance of the Galactus and the Silver Surfer. That's my copy of Fantastic Four issue 48.
Oh, that's sweet.
And that's from late 1965, December 65, with a March 66 cover date. There's page 1 of that book, but look at the inside. Someone wrote, I never knew this, wrote their initials at the bottom of the splash page. SRK. Anyway, that is the first panel of the Silver Surfer that you're talking about. That's what you're expecting on the big screen, right? Now, you knew it was going to be a female. Were you shocked by that, or did you not know that they made her female? You've seen the trailers?
No, I knew it. It just wasn't rendered well. I think it might have been difficult to like where she had like long hair to like, you know, whatever, you like cover it in the silver or whatever. It just like it looked cheap.
Wow.
It really did. It looked like they had no budget. And I'm like if this had been like Fantastic Four made for TV, I would be like, oh, cool. That you did a good job. But for like a blockbuster, multi-million-dollar budget flick, I was like, dude, this is like really bad. This is like not good. It looks fake. There was no, you know, pull up a screenshot of this chick.
All right. Well, I showed her in a trailer before you came on, or a review. Hang on a second. I'll show you what she really looks like. Garner's her name. Oh, shoot. I got too many pictures. Let me delete something.
I mean, I don't care what she looks like. I care about like what she looked like as Silver Surfer. And it was.
I know, but I'm going to show you. She looks very different. I just wanted to find that. Let me delete this picture so I can pull that up really quickly. Okay, this is Julia Garner. This is the actress who plays the Silver Surfer. And I will pull up a picture of her in character. But I've actually interacted with her. I've seen her in person a year ago in another movie set called Weapons. And she's very small. I'm a short person. She's even shorter than I am. But that's what she looks like. Her hair's kind of wavy. It doesn't look like she did in the movie. Now I'll show you what she looks like in the movie. I played a clip, but hang on. Let me just find one. What I also, well, I'll play devil's advocate here because there were a few things I didn't like as well. But overall, I did give the movie a 4 out of 5. That's just my opinion. We welcome yours, as they say. But dude, I wish they had shown the moment where they actually are in the space flight where they get eradicated by the cosmic rays. Because remember in issue 1, and anytime they retold the origin, they had that sound effect, tack, 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 where the rays are like, you know, piercing the shuttlecraft. And I kind of wish we saw that. You know what I mean?
Dude, I hated how the spaceship looked. The spaceship looks stupid.
What'd you think about the car? Did you see? I guess you didn't make it to see the fantastic car.
I did. That was all right.
Okay, I have a picture of them floating now side by side of the actress and her character. Hang on, it's coming. Go on. So, other complaints? You said you didn't like the way the Thing looked?
No.
Okay.
And I didn't like his voice. I
didn't either.
Not that the actor did not do a good job. It just did not match up
in your mind's eye, you think he sounds like.
Right.
Yeah. I get that. Did you like Chickless as the Thing in the movies from 20 years ago?
What was that?
Did you like the Thing in the movies from 20 years ago?
Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen those, so I don't want to comment on that.
Well, here's what the Thing looks like in the movie. You can barely see his face there because he's in the shadow. I don't know if you saw this scene where some kids are asking, like, pick up the car, and he picks up the Beetle. Okay, you saw that. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you the picture of the Silver Surfer since you're complaining about how she looks in the film. You think it looked fake and cheap.
It did. I mean,
God dang it, I pulled up the wrong one.
The entire rendition, it wasn't just her hair, it was the eyes, it was the whole thing. It looked like really like low budget.
Like a cartoon. There she is. There she is as a Silver Surfer. It looks better than that on the right. That's kind of a bad picture, but that's generally what she looks like. That's the look. She has kind of like long, slick back hair, unlike her real appearance. Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Okay. Well, there's no wrong opinion. I'm just surprised that you walked out and didn't at least give it a chance or a shot.
Oh, well, I did.
No, you got to watch the whole thing to give a proper review, my friend. You know that.
Well, but I'm just the fact I spent my money to go see that shit. It like endorses them putting out shit, and I wish I hadn't have done that. But like, no, dude, like she looked terrible. Like, I mean, you look at like where she's talking, it just looks like very bad video game artwork.
And Azrael is agreeing with that point too. She goes, "I have to agree. That was not an attractive look for the actress."
And it's not an indictment on like the actress, like just like I'm saying about the Thing. What they do post production is not on them. I don't think the voice of the Thing matched up with my expectation, but the rendition was terrible. The whole just retro pastiche 60s thing. I was like, dude, this is awful. It's really awful.
It's a period piece,
but it's not. I mean,
and it's not our Fantastic Four. It's another universe. You got that. It showed the number, which is the same as Jack Kirby's birth date.
Well, and I'll interject here as a comic book person. Like, there's a reason I never really liked DC comics, where it's like, oh no, it's like Earth, whatever, Earth 2, Earth 16, Earth 316. And in the early Marvel comics, they rooted it in a sort of reality, like New York City. Like Spider-Man.
Not Gotham City. Yeah, not Metropolis. Right.
It's like New York. Where's the Baxter Building? New York. To me, it's like very lazy writing to go, oh no, we've painted ourselves into a corner. So we're just going like, oh no, that never really happened. Or that happened on Earth, whatever. 2012. That happened on Earth, blah, blah, blah. So all this, like, where Marvel is like gone down a rabbit hole of like, like alternate dimensions. Like we saw that in the Doctor Strange movie, where it's like, oh, different incarnations of like. I'm like, no, dude, it's lazy storytelling to like just go like, well, we can just do whatever we want and just go, oh no, well, that really didn't happen here. It happened on this other dimension or this other Earth. And I don't know.
Like they did with Loki. They did that with Loki. They did that with WandaVision. Well, all right. I got a question for you. You brought something up that's very interesting about these multiverses. How the hell do you think they're going to bring these 1960s Fantastic Four to the modern day to fight Doctor Doom and Avengers Doomsday and Avengers the Secret Wars. I think what they're going to do, Doctor Doom, when he's first introduced way back in Fantastic Four issue 5, he had a time machine. Remember, it was really cool. There was like a yellow panel, like a box that they would stand on, and then it would go up, and then they would appear in the past.
Right.
And they go back to like a pirate ship in that first appearance of Doctor Doom. I think maybe it might be Doom's time machine, or maybe Reed Richards will discover some sort of portal, as he did in this movie. There's like a time jump, like a Stargate, like you saw in Buck Rogers in the 25th century, when the Silver Surfer's trying to steal the child of Franklin, literally from the womb of Susan Storm Richards. But yeah, so I catch that. So you're burned out on these multiverses, and you want it to be the way it was in the comic books. You're a purist. You want it to be in our world.
Like, dude, it's lazy storytelling. You know, like Shakespeare didn't go back to do like Romeo and Juliet Part 2 to go, oh no, well, they died, but like that was like in a different reality or a different dimension, you know, and I'm going to do like Romeo and Juliet, you know, Part 2, like where that shit just didn't happen. And now, you know, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. It's lazy.
One thing that bothered me, and I know this probably bothered you, you hadn't even touched on this. I liked the movie, disclosure, but there are a few things I didn't like, and something we talked about privately on the phone yesterday. Alicia Masters not being in the movie. Speak to that. The true Beauty and the Beast storyline. While they were showing this 4-year quickie catch up, right? Showing that they fought, you know, the super apes and the red ghost, and they cut a scene, by the way, with John Malkovich playing the red ghost, by the way. Why didn't they show anything with Alicia Masters? Now, you didn't see this. Later in the film, they show a female who clearly is not blind, and the Thing is looking at her, and they're exchanging glances a couple times. I don't know what that's about, but go ahead and tell everybody what you think about the Alicia Masters.
I'm trying to pull the book.
Oh, you have the first appearance, right? Issue number 8 of the Fantastic Four from 1962. Let me make you big. Don't take your time. Don't burn yourself with your cigarette or anything.
I got it.
All right. This is the first appearance of the Puppet Master, which is her father.
We got to
and Alicia Masters is blind. And you said a great thing. You said she's a special needs person. Why wouldn't they have a storyline? Disney's all about helping the little guy in these stories, or someone that has a big challenge. Go ahead.
I got to figure out how to like flip my phone.
Oh, don't flip it. No, don't. It'll screw up. Just. Wow. Well, all right. Just keep working at it. All right, then I'll tell you. Oh, there you go. Good. And that way it's not backwards. That's a nice copy. That's a solid down the middle mid-grade 5.0. And you froze a little bit there. Anyway, Danny, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
All right, I hear you. Yeah, that is a nice looking book, and that's a great one to have in your collection. Look how creepy the Puppet Master is. Like, he looks like Lady Elaine from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or something. Or like Liza Minnelli or something.
It sucks. I can't leave.
No, we see it. You can. That's fine. That's good enough. And that introduced Alicia Masters. Tell us about Alicia Masters.
I think they would be like remiss to not tell the storyline. So she's blind, and she's a sculptress. And so she sort of like sees with her fingertips. And the Thing, who is like a sort of monster, you know, she touches his face and sees his inner beauty and falls in love with him, and he falls in love with her. And I'm like, dude, Disney. Like it's like Beauty and the Beast there's a great moral message about like inner beauty versus, external beauty. Meanwhile, her dad is a villain, right? And he's after the Fantastic Four.
Yes, and he's got, for the layman, he's got like these super voodoo dolls.
Yeah.
And
so
he makes them in their image, and then he could possess people through his puppets. That's why he's named the Puppet Master.
So, she's in love, knows that he has to fight her father, who she loves. And so there's that conflict of interest.
Maybe they're going to tell that story in a sequel, though. You know what I mean? To do it right with the Puppet Master. Although I know you're not giving them any credit since you hated this movie. The part that you saw.
But like do that movie. Where
as a plot, not the main plot, but a subplot.
Well, no, yes, absolutely. There's something else going on. Because it's very compelling.
Sure. And the irony is Ben Grimm has a fear that when he's cured of being the Thing, and there were several times when Reed Richards experimented on him to revert him to his human form, where he thought, she's not going to love me anymore. She likes the monster. She likes the power. She likes, being protected or feeling protected or whatever. And that may or may not have been true. I don't think that was just in his head. So I think that's an interesting angle to the whole love story of theirs as well, is his insecurity about that. And then another thing, Danny, they didn't do that I wish they had. They didn't have, and you haven't seen the whole movie, but I'll let you know, they did not do this. They didn't show the Yancey Street gang. There's several scenes where the Thing's just walking around New York. Would have been nice to have him get hit over the head with a tomato or something, or a empty beer can, and then they disappear and he can't catch. Remember, he was always frustrated because he could never catch the cowardly members of the Yancey Street gang in Manhattan or Brooklyn. Anyway, they didn't have that. Minor gripe. And then the other thing they didn't have, they should have, was the fighting between the Human Torch and the Thing. There were all sorts of great battles in the Strange Tales Human Torch stories where the Thing would appear, and in the Fantastic Four stories, where some were playful and some would get downright, knockdown drag out, where they would really fight for real. And they didn't have any of that. They had funny banter, but I was missing that. I wish they had just one moment where the Thing gets so mad at the Human Torch, like where he's eating an ice cream. I mentioned this on my show a couple nights ago. And then the Human Torch would like put a fireball in his ice cream to melt it just to piss him off when they're bickering, or, when he would insult the Thing and call him ugly. And I don't know. They didn't have any of that. Minor gripe.
Well, I mean, there was banter between the two characters.
Yeah, but it's like, you're late for Sunday dinner. It wasn't anything like in the comics, like we're used to as old farts and Gen X collectors that know the source material. Just a minor gripe. It's like they didn't know the characters. It's like the story. I like the story, but I won't say it's lazy writing. That's kind of tough talk, but you have a right to say it. But they did kind of take the Galactus storyline, and I don't think they really changed anything except for him wanting the baby Franklin. That was something that was somewhat original. But yeah. It's like, I don't know how much research that the screenwriters did on these characters. I don't know.
Once again, I think as an actor, he did well.
Who?
But,
which actor? The Human Torch or the Thing?
I'm getting there.
Okay, sorry.
How do you think that like Pablo Pascal did as Reed Richards? Once again, like, as an actor, he did great.
He didn't look the part, but he's not what I think of in the comics. I think of the gray over the temples, the gray over the ears. He didn't even really have, well, maybe he did. He did have a little bit of graying, but Mr. Fantastic does not have a mustache. Never did. Never did. So it is a different look, but it's a different universe, which I agree is kind of lame. I liked it. It's set in the 60s, but I think the issue is, they had to be on their own without an Avengers. They had to stand on their own and their own little story, like the Avengers. But if it's set in the 60s, maybe the Avengers weren't formed yet. They didn't have to set it in a parallel universe. I'll give you that.
Well, but again, like, I was disappointed Like, not my Reed Richards, not like my childhood, not my.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
I get that.
listen,
I get that.
it's not that he didn't do a good job.
Yes,
I think it was miscast.
right. It has nothing to do with any aspect like his acting ability or ethnicity or anything like that. It's just he just didn't look the part. And had John from The Office playing him in an alternate universe again in a previous movie. And I didn't even like that actor cast as Reed Richards. Maybe I'm just a little too picky. I don't know.
I think they fucked up the Sue Storm. I get it, like, because like, dude, if you look at like early like FF, like she was like like literally like damsel in distress, you know, and Marvel corrected that to give her expanded powers, and like where she's like sort of like leading the leading the team and shit. I was like, I don't know, man. I I don't know.
All right. Well, there were some thrilling moments in the climax of the film. It's too bad you didn't see them. Maybe you will eventually when it hits Disney Plus. I don't know. Sounds like you really hated the movie. Now I'm glad it wasn't Pat because you texted me at least 20 times. I'm like, aren't you watching the movie? And I figured people were getting pissed off at you, distracting them from the movie, but you had no one around you, I guess.
No.
Okay. Wow. So any other thoughts about the movie before we start looking at more of your books? Your Fantastic Four issues?
Don't go
the
see
music.
it.
Oh
Don't-
man,
don't
I
spend
disagree.
your
I
money.
like it. Well, okay, so we're like Siskel and Ebert right now. I give it a thumbs way up. You give it a thumbs way down. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest complaint you have about it? Don't say it's shit. I mean, there's got to be. Is there one thing that turned you off right out of the gate?
The visual rendition was rudimentary. The storyline was not compelling. I did not care about the characters. The story arc, if it gets anywhere, like was taking way too long. And yeah.
Okay. And again, if you're tuning in late, he did not see the entire film. He saw a third of the film, but then he walked out because he was so disappointed in it. That's what happened. So you didn't see the climax of the film. I will say one thing I have not said yet. It was really predictable what happens later in the film. The person that saves the day, basically the Silver Surfer, it's pretty obvious. I mean, they set that up where it showed her origin at one point later in the film where she becomes the Herald of Galactus. It shows her in a humanoid form with her child. And just basically, and here's another thing I didn't understand. The Human Torch has a record album with her in her native tongue, her alien language, right? I was unclear as to where that record album came from. And that was like a big breakthrough. He's like, wait, I've heard those words before. And when she talks to him, did you see the part where he goes in when she first arrives on Earth?
Yeah, I saw that.
Human Torch goes into the atmosphere, and then she talks in an alien tongue to him. And then later in the film, he's like, I've heard that before. And he finds that he has a vinyl record album with that language. And it must have been stated. Otherwise, it's a huge plot hole. Where did that record come from? I don't know. I'll see it a second time. But yeah, that was weird to me. And you didn't get to that point of the movie. And it looked like on this alternate world, even though it's the 60s, they had advanced technology versus our 1960s. You saw that. They had like flat screen TVs and flying cars and it was like a different 1960s than our 1960s, but I did like the use of color. I thought that was really interesting of the people in the town. I did like the coloring and the colors they used and the costumes. So what'd you think of the theme? Did you like the chorus of Fantastic Four, or did you find that annoying?
There was so much wrong with the movie. That was not a standout to grumble about. Dude, I did not like their costumes. You
I
know,
don't mean the heroes' costumes. Let me be clear. I meant the people, like when it showed them on a television set, and you saw like all of the people in the street. Just the I like the use of the 1960s costumes and the colors they used. I don't know. I like that. I agree. The FF costumes didn't really bother me, but so you didn't like them. You
No.
thought what is it that just didn't grab you? The colors or what?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't compelling. You know, like the blue with like the white semicircles and shit. Like, I don't know. I just didn't
Around
like
their
it.
neck, the neckline.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at some of my comics and we'll get to yours. These are just pictures I took. I showed you this already. That's the first panel ever of the Silver Surfer, drawn by Jack Kirby, written by Stan Lee back in 1965. And here's a little bit more of that issue. Look at that. I like that.
That's awesome.
I really thought when she flew, it was really dramatic and well done. I saw it at a Dolby Atmos AMC theater, so the sound was really spectacular. But I just thought it was really really thrilling, especially when she's chasing them to steal the baby. I thought that was a cool sequence. I don't know if did you see that part of it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds like you had a polar opposite opinion. There's the first appearance of Galactus in the Fantastic Four comic books. There is his first full appearance, issue 49. And I know you have that, don't you, Danny?
Yep.
There's issue 50.
I got
the
it
first.
here.
Oh, hang on. Let me take that off so we can see. Oh, I thought you were holding it up. Then this is the first cover appearance of the Silver Surfer. Norrin Rad is his alter ego.
Chance, that's not the first cover.
First cover. Oh,
No.
wait. I mean, solo cover. You're right. Here he is on the cover.
Yeah.
I meant solo cover. Solo cover. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that correction. And it's not really solo because you see the heads of the Fantastic Three in the background, and actually all of them because there's Johnny Storm going to college. But yeah, that's his first cover.
Yes.
And that's the first, full cover. And there's Alicia Masters with the Silver Surfer in issue. He hits on her. Did you know that? Did you ever read those?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and look at this. When he returns in issue 55, that's what this fight is about. He shows up and basically stalks Alicia Masters. Look, tap, tap, tap. He shows up at her window while she's playing the guitar. Can you see that?
Yeah.
The Silver Surfer. And he tries to steal her away from the Thing, Ben Grimm. And of course, that's a compelling storyline also. And there's the battle from issue 55. I think it's a really underrated issue because it's a very good read. And anyway, there's a little bit more of it. Let me just quickly go through these pictures. We'll get to your books. And look where Ben Grimm is he steals the surfboard of the Silver Surfer and tries to snap it in half. Right there. And then the surfer snags it right back from him. But there's that little battle. I've shown it before in my every issue ever made segment where I showed every issue of the Silver Surfer Volume 1. And then I showed
like every page.
Yeah. And then look at this cover. There's issue 57, another Silver Surfer. This leads to a comic you have, issue 58, with a double cover. Yeah. You never had that graded. I hope you didn't. That's so cool. You can open it up. All right. Well, that's it. Look at that. That's a nice copy from my collection. And that's one where the Silver Surfer's power cosmic is stolen by Dr. Doom. Look at him riding on the surfboard.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Epic. Yeah, really epic. Then there's another cover.
He lures Silver Surfer and sort of like him being new to the planet. He sort of look, I'm really like this benevolent benefactor, and hey man, help me out, and of course Silver Surfer makes him a weapon, some sort of weird hammer or some shit, and Doom's yes, but yeah, I will never misuse this,
He tricks him, right? Dr. Doom tricks him. Yeah, that's a great story. And then look, these are my actual copies from my collection I'm showing you. I love this cover, the use of red, issue 75. And then there's my Silver Surfer issue 1. Not as nice as yours you got for 25 cents in 1982 or $1 1982 at Book Nook, Marietta, when they had a Marietta location. But
Yeah, no,
there's
I
my
agree.
copy. There you go. So that's all I'm going to show of my books because I showed so many the other night. And by the way, there's the Fantastic Four movie poster. There's the costumes we were talking about. The boots look kind of weird. They look like something out of the old Jerry Anderson UFO show, UFO. But I wasn't bothered by the costumes. Not really. Let's see. I love this cover. That's from September 1973, where Franklin is glowing like an atomic bomb. And then there's the first appearance of Franklin in Fantastic Four Annual number 6. And that's where he's actually born. And it's kind of a sweet little moment. But Danny, you didn't see this. They also did some tributes to the John Byrne run of the Fantastic Four. They showed like the Galactus and the climactic battle crashing into buildings like that. Nice picture. And it wasn't like it is in the comic book. Like, I think that would have been kind of cool where Reed Richards bends, he can stretch, and he basically shot puts the thing into the face of Galactus. I thought that was kind of cool from that story from 1982. Anyway, issues 242 and 241 and 242. It was a 2-part story where Galactus came back to devour the Earth. But there's another movie poster. There's the IMAX movie poster.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. And I love this display that was at the Barrett Commons AMC 24. But let's see your books. Let me expand your image here. Do you have anything else that you want to show? Any of your Dr. Doom covers or anything?
I figure out how to do it.
While you're getting them, I don't know how. They must have a plan on how they're going to make this Fantastic Four get into our universe and into our modern times and out of the 1960s for Avengers Doomsday. It's stated at the end, the Fantastic Four will return in Avengers Doomsday. So they've already set that up and teed that up nicely. Yeah, that's a good book. I've got it. What grade is it again? It's 5.0. Okay.
I can't figure out how to flip the screen to do this.
Well, if you flip it, it'll be backwards anyway. Don't you have like a stand you can get or something? You know, usually, or is it downstairs? You usually will have a stand on your table. You can just simply prop the book up. But yeah, I can see it. That's good. That is Marvel Superheroes issue 20. That was the last all new story. They went to reprints after that, except for a Watcher story that they did, like a mini story in issue 23, I want to say. What's that? What's that book? Oh, look at that. That's a great Dr. Doom cover where he's larger than life. They love to show Dr. Doom as like a giant, even though he's not. And Danny, the only fictional town, I think, in all the Marvel comic books is Latvia. That's the only one that's not a real city or town. Dr. Doom's homeland.
Oh. I figured we should have.
Oh, well, that's the first appearance of the Black Panther.
Yeah.
It's funny, you have a lot of grades that are like right down the middle, 5.0, exactly in the middle. Although I've not seen many 10s. Usually 9.8 is the highest grade of a comic book. Yeah, it's not a bad copy. It's really nice. It's about the same as mine, I think.
Okay, just a couple more.
All right. There we go. There's the first appearance of Galactus on an 8.0 PGX grade. Yeah, that's nicer than my copy for sure. And I don't think it has some kid writing his initials on page 1. That's great, man.
Yeah. Well, you were here when we did the live unboxing.
Yep. Yeah, we did on your YouTube channel. Daniel Cochran. Formerly it was called Kraken's Lair Comics, but you changed it to Daniel Cochran, your name.
Yeah, last one.
That's it? All right. Oh, there's your 49. That's what I wanted to see. Oh, yes. It's got a purple label. And that is the first full appearance of Galactus, where he finally invades our Earth. The real Earth. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fuck.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for pulling those books. Good stuff. Danny, I want to ask you something else. Now, any final thoughts? We'll move on past the Fantastic Four First Steps movie, which I like. You did not. You passionately did not like it, even though you just only saw a third of it, to be fair. But any other...
To be fair,
other
it sucks so bad. I was not going to spend any more time watching it.
Hello to Joe Gutfeld. Yeah, we're up late. He's watching in New York State. This is my friend Danny Cochran. I've known him since 1982. BK on the air. He has a radio show on WBHF. He says, Fantastic Four, First Steps, a solid 9 out of 10. Marvel went out of this world. I loved it. I did too. Danny hated it with a passion. Get this, BK. He walked out after seeing a third of the movie. So what was the last scene you said you saw and you just couldn't take it anymore?
I don't know. I was like, dude, they're like showing like Galactus in his eyes. And I was like, dude, it was like so shit. Fucking like CGI. Like, I was like, dude, what am I watching here? This looks like a made for TV show. And I was like, I'm done.
Wow, I really liked it. I just had a completely different reaction. That's interesting because we're so similar yet so different. We disagree on a lot of things, but that's interesting that you had that reaction. I thought the sound was cool. You know, when I don't know, I really like the sound effects and the music. But any other complaint? Anything you liked? Is there anything positive you could say about the movie at all?
The rendition of the Human Torch at times was cool.
Okay. When he flamed on. Flame on!
At times.
Okay. And all right.
Look,
and you didn't like the acting? You didn't think the actors did a good job?
No. Like,
really?
Dude, I fucking hated this movie. I feel...
But you didn't see it, though.
No, but like, dude, I'm not going to fucking eat a shit sandwich.
It gets better as had to do a setup. It got better as it went along.
Okay. Dude, the rocket shit was shit. The Baxter building was shit. The fucking costumes were shit. The fucking like CG fucking shit was shit. The thing was shit. The fucking retro pastiche of, you know, their like computers like that looked like it was like 1980 was shit. Herbie the robot was shit. The Thing was shit. The Thing's voice was shit. Galactus was shit. Fucking Silver Surfer was shit.
You didn't see Galactus, but to be fair, you did not see him.
No, I did. Oh, no, I did.
Not the full. No, because I saw the film. When you see his full form when he comes to Earth, that's when you really get a sense of the scope and the power of this character.
Okay, well, cool. Look, fuck, dude, it was a waste of my fucking time. I want my money back. It's like, fuck, like, dude, like, no. It was awful. Awful.
You're definitely in a minority, according to Rotten Tomatoes and real reviewers. I mean, no one's having this harsh of a reaction that I can. That's really interesting. But look what Esmeralda says to you. I like that Kraken / Danny is giving an honest opinion. Well, I do too. I loved it. I thought it was a really good movie. 4 out of 5.
I give it a 0.02.
God. Now, I don't know. Let's talk about something else before you got to sign off. It is really, really late.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about the recent terrible losses? It was a terrible week for pop culture icons, losing Ozzy, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Connie Francis. And then of course, Malcolm Jamal Warner, best known as Theo and the Cosby Show, and Chuck Mangione, Feels So Good, his big hit instrumental song. I know you're a big Ozzy fan and Black Sabbath fan. Remember, I texted you. I said Ozzy's gone, and you go, "What?
Yeah.
What? What do you? Any thoughts on any of these recent terrible losses?"
It's very difficult to sort of absorb,
Mm-hmm.
like icons that you've known your whole life that had an impact on your life because they spoke to you or resonated with you. And, it's difficult, it really is.
Sure.
They're gone. And their art is gone.
Their art isn't gone. It survives. You mean,
Well,
your
what they
ability
left
to
behind
future
is,
art?
yeah.
Yeah. I got
But
you.
like, there's no more,
Right.
And that's.
It is sad. It's like these people because they were such a big part of our adolescence and growing up, especially like Ozzy and Hulk Hogan to a lot of people. I remember the first time I saw him was in Rocky III.
Yeah.
And I remember Malcolm Jamal Warner in that scene with the cause where he's teaching him about the value of money with using a Monopoly game as an analogy. And that's one of my favorite scenes on the Cosby Show. Anyway, and he drowned. Riptide got him on vacation in Costa Rica. Terrible. But you know who's not dead is this guy. It's his birthday or was yesterday, Mick Jagger. How about that?
Yeah,
Still rocking and rolling. So at least we have the old mixture.
It's like fucking like dude, I'm like Keith Richards. He's got like part zombie. Like how is that guy still alive? Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Al Hardy? I
No.
haven't seen the post you're talking about where he made a very nasty remark about Ozzy when the day he died.
It wasn't nasty. It was ill-informed. That he didn't understand
because he didn't hear the music. He never listened to the music.
Right. Like never understand like why.
Never saw the movie. Go ahead.
Like Al Hardy, like, oh, I didn't really like it. But he was like, why is this news?
Right.
And I'm like, well,
why is this news? That is a very infuriating question. It just makes him look stupid.
Well,
and he's my buddy, and I'm not trying to talk bad about him, but I don't know what post. It might have been on his personal Facebook, so I'm not going to go there and read it. That wouldn't be fair. But
he was confused.
He did leave a nasty remark in public on my Nostalgic Podblast Facebook group. I did an in memoriam couple to Hulk Hogan. Oh, no, to Ozzy and Hulk Hogan. And his slam was on Ozzy, and he said, head banging noise. That was his comment. I didn't care for that. He didn't say that, but he might as well. That was probably the next thing he would have said or typed. But he just didn't appreciate. He's from a different generation. He's a boomer. And another guy on the radio, Neil Bortz, trashed him too. Ozzy. He said, "Why is this guy significant?" And he was trashing metal, trashing Metallica. And I'm like, dude, you don't get it. Now, it's not my favorite kind of music. It is yours. But I just thought that was in really poor taste of people to knock the guy the day he dies. At least wait a day. Jeez. Show some respect.
I mean, clearly, the death of Ozzy Osbourne is making an impact, across the board to people who did not even maybe like his music. And it's significant because he's been a rock icon for 50 years,
Right.
And he went out like a freaking champion. He went out like a boss. And I would hope that we all could embrace death that well to
Well, he set up a foundation for Parkinson's research, and he donated a lot, so his legacy will live on beyond just his music.
$190 million.
Right. Good stat. Esmeralda says, I'm really going to miss Ozzy. She says, I love Black Sabbath, who were not anything without Ozzy. And she says, Rolling Stones forever. And she agrees with you again. I agree. What keeps Keith Richards alive? Zombie Ritual, maybe? Maybe it's baby's blood. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but
maybe
natural. And then she also said, wait, I'm a boomer and some of us appreciate rock, meaning heavy metal. Wow.
Well, listen to Iron Maiden.
Oh, I'm Eddie. I love Eddie, the mascot of Iron Maiden. You still have that mirror, don't you, in your basement that you had since we were kids? Yeah. Anyway. Wow. But it was a tough week for pop culture. I'm not going to keep you much longer. It is almost 1:30 a.m. and you look kind of tired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't like the movie. You went because I liked it so much. So you trusted me. I still liked it, but I saw the whole thing. That sucks that you feel like you wasted your time and money. That's a shame. That's not good. Oh, and Esmeralda says Alice Cooper is my favorite. Love Alice Cooper.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Now, wasn't he pre-Kiss with the crazy makeup? Alice Cooper really was an innovator with the look too.
Oh yeah.
Would you go so far as to say that Gene Simmons et al. Ripped him off? Or they just took it a step further with like the complete face makeup?
Inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, they went further. So I don't know if like ripped off would be,
appropriate. All right. I'm going to show something you gave me since we're talking about the Thing earlier. This is a Mego figure that you gave me.
Yeah.
You brought this to Al's place, the former wizard. And we did a Christmas show, and this was your Christmas gift to me, and I just love it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I got it. Somehow his back came unbuttoned. I'm trying to figure out how to button it back up. Look, but this is the thing you wanted to see on the big screen, right? This kind of look.
Roar.
Now later in the movie, he grows a beard. You would have just loved that. Hey to Michael Haywood. He says, Alice Cooper, Under My Wheels with Axel and Slash. Hey, Chance. Hello to you, Michael. Nice to see you. We're just talking about the new Fantastic Four movie, which Danny absolutely hated, but he walked out of it after about a third way in. So I'm not trying to be repetitive. I don't know. I wish you saw the whole thing. But you can do whatever you want. You're a big ass, grown ass man. So let me take off this solo. But I appreciate that Thing Mego figure. Oh, I wanted to show you this, Danny. Speaking of Mego figures, have you seen the Green Goblin Mego figure from the 70s? You've seen it. You've seen it advertised in comic books. It was in a lot of comic books. Here, I'll show you. I want to show you this record. This is actually from a couple of years ago. This will blow your mind. Let me find this picture really quickly. Just to end on a positive note, is there anything you liked lately in movies or music or TV? Did you see any concerts this summer? Anything that you can recommend that you did like? Did you see the new Superman movie? I doubt you did. Hello?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you see the new Superman movie?
No.
Okay. All right.
I really like Sia's Christmas album.
Oh, okay, cool. I like her.
Dude,
she did Wrecking Ball, right? Yeah.
Her Christmas album is fucking awesome.
Cool. Let me see. Okay, I want to show you this picture. Let me get this loaded up. This blew my mind. I missed this the first time around. Oh, here, let me put. Oh, he ducked out. Well, Danny's gone. Unless he comes back, I'll just show you guys and gals in the audience this staggering statistic of what this toy sold for, but it's on a rare card. A card is what like an action figure or doll, if you will, but it's more of an action figure, is sealed on and sealed in plastic. There it is. Look, $76,700. That's the Mego world record price for the Mego Green Goblin, which hit the public around the same time as the Ben Grimm Thing Mego toy that our guest Danny Cochran gave to me many years ago, back in, I think it was 2019, Christmas 2019, over at Al's fabulous home studio way back when. All right. I don't know if he's coming back. Let me text him. I don't know if his phone crapped out or he might have been a little lit. Let me see here. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I think personally, he's a big smoker. I think maybe he was having a nicotine fit in the movie and it might have affected his mood or maybe he needed a drink. I don't know. I mean, I thought the effects were fine. I really liked it more than fine. I thought the effects of the Silver Surfer were fantastic, no pun intended. And it really got to me when Susan Storm, one of my favorite lines in the movie is when she says, "Kill her," when the Silver Surfer is trying to steal her baby right after she gave birth in space. I thought that was really cool. The movie really does get better as it goes along. And I thought it was a step in the right direction for the MCU. That's just my opinion. And it's an honest opinion as well, as Esmeralda. Damn, I'm really taken aback. Oh, wow. And it is so ugly, that Green Goblin. Yeah. Really taken aback by Danny's reaction to the movie. I did not see that coming. I thought he would have been on the same page with me, but he wasn't. Yeah, it is ugly. It's actually kind of scary looking, I think, for a kid. All right. So I'm going to go. It's late and I've got things to do. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Thanks to Esmeralda. Thanks to Michael Haywood. Thanks to Joe Gutfeld watching really late on the East Coast in New York. Thanks to BK on the Air. His radio shows on Saturdays, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern time on WBHF, which you can listen to anywhere in the world at the WBHF.org website or WBHF app. But I really appreciate Esmeralda hanging in there. I wanted to have a positive show. I want to say thanks to Rad Art and Comics for being here. It is so late. And thanks to my power mod Keebler for dropping the links and for being here to make sure nothing got crazy in the chat while we're live. Hey to Sick 2210 Productions, Shane B. Hello to you, Buff. I'm glad that you tuned in. Boy, and thanks to Danny Staten. And I apologize about the language. I try to keep the show family friendly, but thank gosh we're not mandated by the FCC or there would be a problem. I would get probably shut down based on the language in tonight's show, but I'm certainly no prude, but just saying. So let me just make sure I got everybody. And thanks to Kay Moonen. And now I'm going to show you just a different camera shot of my place in this particular room. If I can find it, I always like to show a shot of my stuff for anyone that's new that might be watching on YouTube that wants to see a different angle of my comic book boxes and some of the collectibles that I put on those comic book boxes. There you have it. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up my outro and just skate on out of here. I want to also recommend somebody who's also got a show Sunday night, 10 a.m. Eastern, Geek to Me Radio, James Enstall. He's going to review the Fantastic Four. He also loved it as I did. He gave it even a higher rating than I. And he saw it twice in the theater, and he's going to review it on his show on KTRS, which is out of St. Louis. It's a really big radio station in that market. And it's on YouTube and on Facebook Live. And it's a 1-hour show from 10 p.m. Eastern time to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And he'll be giving his review. And I think BK will probably be his guest, who popped in on the chat, Barry King of BK on the Air. And James was on his show this morning. I was listening to his review, both of their reviews of the film, because I really loved it. So, as I like to say, when I conclude the show, be safe. And by all means, oh, and I meant to show Danny. He took off. Damn it. I was going to show him something that you guys have seen a lot. Anyone that's a regular, the shot, Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance of Spider-Man, and the first appearance of Thor and Journey to Mystery, issue 83, both from 1962, on a newsstand rack in a scene from a show called Naked City, which was shot on location in New York City back in 62. But that's okay. I've shown that like 3 times now. But again, please stay safe. Don't let the dragons get you. And don't listen to Danny. The Fantastic Four is an awesome film. I really think the MCU is going to be back, baby. We're coming back. It's going to be really good. And just see it for yourself. Maybe you'll agree with Danny. Maybe you'll agree with me. But look at most of the reviews from actual moviegoers and not critics, and critics alike, though. It's overwhelmingly positive. So, wow. I was really shocked by Danny's attitude there. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Take care, and we'll see you next time on the Nostalgic Podblast on Friday, August 1st. Good night. Music by Louis Roy.